Boris erupts as French ignites fishing row once more, time pushing EU to take legal action against UK. France has threatened to take legal action against the UK as a post-Brexit row overfishing ignites once again. Clement Beaune, France's Minister for European Affairs, has said Paris will ask the European Commission to look into taking legal action against Britain over fishing licenses. It comes after Mr. Beaune said France had obtained 93% of the licenses it has applied for to enable its fishermen to land in UK waters. Maritime Minister Rannick Girardin said 73 applications were still outstanding. Mr. Beaune, a close ally of French President Emmanuel Macron, insisted Paris would now seek the assistance of the European Commission to get the rest of the licenses approved. He said, "The next step will be to ask the Commission in the coming days to convene the Partnership Council as provided for under the Brexit trade deal to settle a problem." Mr. Beaune added, "We will ask the Commission in the coming days to start litigation to obtain the licenses we are entitled to." The 40-year-old was speaking to reporters following a meeting at the Élysée Palace with President Macron, French fishermen and elected representatives of the regions concerned. In a statement, the Élysée Palace said the meeting was to take stock of the situation regarding the licenses obtained, the prospects for the licenses not obtained at this stage and the implementation of the Trade and Cooperation Agreement, TCA, with the UK. The National Fisheries Committee and representatives of fishermen from Hauts-de-France, Normandy and Brittany were all invited. The row overfishing licenses has been ongoing ever since the new Brexit TCA came into force in January. Britain left the EU Common Fisheries Policy and took back control of its exclusive 6 to 12-mile coastal fishing zone. The number of EU catches will also be reduced by 25% over the next 5 years, while EU fishing boats need to provide historical evidence of landing in UK waters before Brexit. Disputes have since raged over the interpretation of the rules, while earlier this year, French boats blockaded the main port in Jersey and threatened to cut off electricity supplies if their demands were not met. The UK has issued more than 1,000 licenses to EU vessels and intensive talks have continued between London and Paris in recent weeks. Last weekend, an additional 23 applications were approved by UK officials. In another news with more details, convening the Partnership Council, an EU-UK joint committee intended for any issue relating to the implementation of the Brexit agreement, aimed to tell the British that this is a European problem, that they are not respecting the agreement 100% and that we must therefore continue to exert political pressure. Paris threatened litigation last week, calling on the UK to issue licenses to the 100 applications still pending ahead of the European Commission deadline on December 10. Officials announced over the weekend that London had granted an additional 23 licenses to French fishing vessels, with licenses for 7 additional vessels being reviewed. The 23 licenses included 18 from the UK to replacement vessels and 5 from the Channel Island of Jersey. Under the Brexit trade deal concluded just before Christmas 2020, EU fishing boats can continue to fish in British waters if they obtain a licence. But they need to prove that they previously were fishing there, a requirement that smaller French boats, lacking the appropriate technology, have found difficult to fulfill. Many have failed to secure licenses from authorities in the UK or Jersey. France argues the boats are well known to the British authorities and their past records are common knowledge, although some French commentators question their strict rights under the letter of the law. Paris also said that British authorities had refused to grant licenses to replacement vessels. Minister for the Sea, Annick Girardin, said the government will continue to discuss with London and the Channel Islands authorities to try to obtain the authorizations, licence by licence. Noting that some fishermen will not have permission to work in British waters, the ministers reaffirmed that no one would be left by the wayside, now raising the issue of compensation. The President would like us to be precise about the plan to support fishermen, who will not have had licenses, and to work on a case-by-case basis, basin by basin, Girardin said. Basin